Can I just tell you something? I just keep getting notifications about this on my phone, and it's really annoying me. But it's enough of this JJ Redick already. I can't believe this guy's gonna podcast his way into a Lakers job. Like, what are we doing here? I just saw that Sham said that Coach K has been a special consultant for the Lakers head coaching job. Who do you think he's gonna want to hire? His golden boy, JJ Redick. And it's enough of JJ Redick. I have nothing against JJ Redick, okay? Nothing against him. All right. Seems like a perfectly nice individual, but you would agree, Leroy. We've had a lot of JJ Redick thrown in our face over the last 2 years. It's been a lot of JJ Redick.
As soon as he hit like the daily rotation of ESPN, we've gotten a lot of JJ
Redick, and all of a sudden JJ Redick is going to be out here JJ Redicking being the head coach of the LA Lakers, which why? I don't even understand. First of all, why do you even want that job? But if you were going to give that job to somebody, why would you make it JJ Redick?
Why wouldn't you take a job where you're going to make $4 or $5 million for 5 years, get fired in 2 years, and still get the money?
It's just enough of him. Like, he does a podcast with LeBron James, and so that makes you a head coach. Like, this is ridiculous. What has he done to earn being a head coach? Why isn't anybody seriously considering Chris Quinn? Where's Chris Quinn's finalist of an interview with the LA Lakers? I saw that he was on the list of candidates, but he's not on the final list of candidates. You're going to go with some
who's the final guys?
It's JJ Redick, James Borrego, and Sam Cassell. Where's Chris Quinn being a finalist?
I couldn't be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
No.
And so
no.
I'm being
honest with you. I couldn't look at Sam Cassell every day.
You understand though. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? Like, it's a little but it's a slap in the face to Chris Quinn.
No.
JJ Redick. And something against JJ Redick. But why does JJ Redick get to go out and skip the line? Because he can podcast. That's why he gets to be the head coach.
Here's the deal, though. It's not that Chris Quinn isn't worthy of an opportunity. I just think that out there and in California, he's not one of the people that cross their mind.
California? I mean, what does Chris Quinn have to do? He's only been the lead assistant on a team that's had more success in the Eastern Conference than any other team over the last 5 years. And he just gets overlooked. It's not like he's not a former NBA player. Chris Quinn had a cup of coffee. And so why is it that JJ Redick gets to go out there? Why? Because he could talk into a microphone good? I bet Chris Quinn could podcast just fine if he wanted to podcast, but he doesn't want to podcast. You want to know what he wants to do? He wants to coach. He wants to do X's and O's. That's what he wants to do. And yet, nobody ever takes Chris Quinn seriously as a head coach. And forget about Chris Quinn. Maybe
has he coached Skyforce?
Chris Quinn?
Yeah.
I believe he has, yes.
No, he definitely has. I think he's even won a championship with them.
No, I think that was Dan Craig.
That was me.
Oh, he coached the Lava?
I wish we would have done better.
I agree. J-Fig. How many times has Tobin said
it's just enough for JJ Redick already? Like, it's nothing against him. I wish him all the success in the world, but
no, you don't.
The amount of throwing of JJ Redick in my face.
I love the way you could trash somebody for 25 minutes.
I'm not trashing him.
I got nothing against him. Why you keep mentioning his name?
He just doesn't deserve this job over Chris Quinn. Chris Quinn deserves the job, and JJ Redick just continues to fail up because he has a podcast.
But here's the thing. Okay. First of all, you can't tell a team that somebody deserves their job. They're the ones that decide.
Don't you want to coach somebody who knows coaching? He's learned that,
and you know this.
He's learned that
this
of what?
That Chris Quinn is the most qualified.
Everybody says that Chris Quinn should be a head coach. Everybody says it.
Agreed. I'm not even disputing that.
And maybe you don't like his. Maybe you're somebody who wants something a little more flashy. Okay, forget about Chris Quinn. What about Caron Butler? Where's Caron Butler's interviews? Caron Butler is out here, and he is a former All-Star. All right.
What does that have to do with?
Played for the Lakers.
Wait,
where's Caron Butler's interview?
Can I just say
I'm sorry, Caron Butler doesn't have a podcast?
Some of the greatest players in NBA history were terrible coaches. Stop with that.
Well, I'm just trying to figure it out. You tell me. Why does JJ Redick deserve interviews and Caron Butler does not?
Who's the best player that ended up being? Lenny Wilkins? Has to be Lenny Wilkins, right? Got to be Lenny Wilkins. He's in the Hall of Fame for both.
I can tell you Chauncey Billups' run isn't going too good right now.
I mean, keep in mind.
Jason Kidd's is, though.
Here's the other thing.
It didn't start.
Took a
good,
few
though.
stints though.
I was gonna say. It didn't start-
Here's the other thing, though.
we remember when you
That
faked
these guys are going to garbage teams.
Mhm.
Like,
And so JJ
like
Redick
Portland?
gets to go coach LeBron James. Why? Because he sat there and pretended to do a podcast with him. He didn't do anything on those podcasts. It's all about LeBron. LeBron, he used you, dude. He already said, I have one podcast. Why don't I do 2 podcasts? But I'll convince LeBron to podcast with me. Now he wants to do the same thing, dude. Ride your coattails. Why don't you do it with somebody who's made his own way, like Chris Quinn has?
Will you stop?
What? It's nothing against him. Good for him. Wish him all the success in the world. Congratulations on all your success. But I mean, is it thrown in my face all the time? Yes, it is. And now you have your pappy, your basketball daddy, Coach K, as a consultant. I mean, you want to talk about a shamockery of an interview process? Why don't you just give the job to JJ Redick? We all know you want to give it to JJ Redick. Enough of them already, though.
Question: why would you want Karan to deal with that coaching carousel?
Look, you're right. I don't. I would like him to be in a place where there's more fair, that because he's not going to get blamed every single day.
Oh, but you
on
throw
television.
you throw Chris Quinn to the Wolves.
No, I'll throw Chris Quinn to the. I'm just saying, if they don't even get a chance to go to the Wolves, you don't even let them go in the Forest. You want to know why? Because that Forest, they like podcasts, so they go to decide. You know who you would hire? JJ Redick. I like how he sounds on that podcast. How he interviewed Shaq. That should mean he can coach. What does he know about it? And let me tell you something. The first sign of adversity, what did he do? Throw the Pelicans under the bus. He's a gossiper. That's what he is. Have you heard anything from Chris Quinn? No. You want to know why? Heat culture, lockbox.
True.
Airtight.
True.
Karan Butler, airtight. And by the way, don't do the thing. What?
Do the airtight.
Airtight. And let me tell you something. Don't tell me that, I want Chris Quinn to be Eric Spoelstra's, I want to be his successor. Spo just signed an 8-year contract. What is Chris Quinn supposed to be idly be a sidekick his whole life? Where's his opportunity?
His whole life, is he even 40 yet?
I don't know. But the point is, what is he supposed to just wait around for another 7 years?
That's what he
is 40.
Spo did.
40
Spo was at the organization for a long time.
Not as the lead assistant. He was in the video room, and then he was.
Was he ever the lead assistant?
I believe he was, yes.
Okay. No, that's the thing.
What?
Lead assistant.
Lead assistant, yeah. But apparently he should have been. You know what? Chris Quinn. He shouldn't have been in the film room. He should have been with a microphone.
But see,
by this logic, Will Manso has a better chance of becoming the Lakers head coach than Chris Quinn does. Wow. Not that Will couldn't be a good head coach. I mean, handsome guy, wears a good suit. I'm just saying, like, it's enough of this JJ Redick already.
Will could not coach basketball.
Okay,
will you stop?
Well, how do I know JJ Redick can? He's been.
How did you know Chauncey Billups could? He came from the same situation. JJ Redick.
No, come on, that's a legend. What are we talking about? What has JJ Redick ever won in his life?
But what's one have to do with the other?
Here's what.
What does a winning basketball player have to do with being a good coach?
Look, all it has to do with is
I'm giving you a perfect example. So if it didn't work, remember Magic was a coach.
Hey, do you think that? Let me ask you a question.
Magic was
Can
a
I
coach.
ask you a question? Do you think that they're hiring JJ Redick for his basketball acumen or because he's a podcaster? Because nobody's even heard of JJ Redick up until the last couple of years, where he's been all over the place.
You know?
Who? Intangibles guy who had. I mean, he's basically Duncan Robinson. And by the way, you ruined Duncan Robinson's career. You ruined him. You ruined Duncan Robinson. You tried to make him a podcaster while he was in the heater of his NBA career. And you got him distracted doing podcasts. So what do you think that's going to happen? What, are we going to have Gabe Vincent doing podcasts out in LA?
Wow.
Are you done?
I'm just saying, it's enough of it. Nobody gives Chris Quinn the respect he deserves.
Yeah. I love how you did that.
What's next? McAfee is head coach of the Colts? Well, they did hire Jeff Saturday.
I was going to say, I mean,
that didn't work out.
Point.
It's another Jeff Saturday right here.
Well, that's the Indianapolis Colts.
Dave's house is talking about JJ Redick goes against enough of JJ Redick. I get it, but you understand, like, unless somebody comes up and makes a stand about that there's too much JJ Redick, then no one's going to realize, oh my God, it has been enough of JJ Redick.
Yeah. Thank God you're here to make sure that.
What's next, dude? What is next? You're going to make Joe Rogan the head coach of the Wizards? Let's just make all podcasters head coaches. And Chris Quinn's just going to sit here Coaching hoops, never going to get a head coaching opportunity. Ridiculous.
Isn't Tim Duncan sitting somewhere on the bench in San Antonio learning how to be a coach?
I think he gave it up after a year.
Okay.
I think he actually wanted to go be a kickboxer.
What?
Ooh, Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan?
What?
I think that's a pretty good option. Wasn't he a swimmer?
Who?
Long legs.
I don't think he was a swimmer.
He was a swimmer.
He was?
Don't just make me. Did I just invent
Tim
it?
Duncan?
Yes.
Tim Duncan?
No,
you
he
ever
wasn't
heard
a
about Tim
swimmer.
Duncan being
No, he was a swimmer, dude.
I've seen video
Look,
of him kickboxing.
NBA.com 3 days ago. From swim dreams to hoop dreams, Tim Duncan. Oh, thank God.
So he was a swimmer before he was a basketball player?
Went from Olympic swimmer to NBA legend.
I apologize.
You know what?
He
Yeah.
made that up.
No, dude. There's
No.
no way I would just make this
Yes,
up.
you would.
Why?
That is no Olympic swimmer.
Yes.
Olympic swimmer. I think I would have heard that from Tim Duncan.
There's a whole documentary. What do you want me to do?
Documentary. He's lying.
It's literally.
It's like, why is like I'm playing House of Dragons today.
Man. All right. Well, forget it.